Throughout history, men have searched for the secrets of desire. They've sought love in poetry, dominance in war, and influence through charm. But few dared to approach attraction with the cold, calculating eyes of a strategist. Niccolò Machiavelli was one such man. Though known for his political masterpiece, The Prince, his insights into human behavior go far beyond the palace halls of 16th-century Florence. They enter the deepest corridors of our psychological makeup. You see, Machiavelli didn't just study rulers, he studied human nature in its rawest form. He understood something that modern men often forget, that people, men and women alike, are driven not by truth, but by appearances, not by love, but by power. When it comes to attraction, it's not always the kindest man who wins, but the one who understands the game and plays it with ruthless wisdom. This isn't about manipulation, it's about insight. In this video, we're diving into 5 hidden Machiavellian rules. Not surface-level pickup tricks, but timeless psychological principles that make women not only desire you, but pursue you. Stay with me, because the last rule is the most transformational. It flips everything you've been taught upside down. 1. Power is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Machiavelli once wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." While this quote was meant for kings, its core truth applies powerfully to attraction. Women are biologically and psychologically drawn to men who radiate authority, not dominance over others but over themselves. A man who controls his life, his time and his emotions becomes irresistible because he becomes rare. Think about it. In today's world of desperate approval seeking, the man who doesn't chase, who isn't swayed by validation, who stands firm like a mountain, that man stands out. Power in this context is not loud or aggressive. It's a quiet inner certainty. When you walk into a room and own your presence, when you say no without guilt, when you speak less but with weight, women feel that. Not consciously, but biologically. You signal value without saying a word. To embody this, you must build self-sufficiency. Financial independence, emotional control, and a defined mission are not optional. They are the bedrock. Because power attracts not just through resources but through energy. A woman doesn't want to be your reason for living. She wants to be drawn into the storm of your already existing empire. 2. Never reveal your hand too early. One of Machiavelli's most powerful strategies was deception, not maliciously, but tactically. He believed that a ruler must keep his intentions hidden until the moment of execution. In love and attraction, the same principle applies. Reveal too much too soon and you kill the mystery. And mystery, my friend, is desire's gasoline. Humans crave novelty, and the brain is addicted to puzzles. When you give everything away, your emotions, your plans, your past, you strip away the tension. But when you're unpredictable, when you share pieces of yourself like a slow-burning novel, she leans in closer, trying to figure you out. This pursuit, this curiosity, creates attraction. You are no longer just a man, you are an experience. But don't confuse mystery with silence. The goal is to be expressive, but selective. Speak with intention, be vulnerable, but on your terms. The key is not to be cold, but to remain unreadable. In a world full of oversharers and emotional dependence, the man who speaks less, but says more, dominates the field. 3. Control the frame, control the game. Machiavelli knew that power wasn't always in the sword, but in controlling perception. Whoever defines the narrative defines reality. In dating, this means one thing: frame control. The man who sets the frame, of interaction, energy, and expectation, is the man who leads, and therefore the man who attracts. Most men surrender their frame by seeking approval. Do you like this place? Is this okay with you? Every time you ask for reassurance, you signal uncertainty. But the Machiavellian man never asks for permission. He creates reality. If you walk into a date expecting chemistry, joking with charm, leading with ease, you set a frame that she naturally adapts to. Women want to feel something, and certainty is intoxicating. The most powerful frame is one where you are the prize, not by arrogance but by self-assurance. Talk about your passions with conviction. Change plans with confidence. Walk slightly ahead. These micro-signals communicate one message: I am the king of my world, and you're invited, not needed. That, right there, flips the dynamic. 4. Absence builds obsession. In The Prince, Machiavelli warned that overexposure makes even greatness feel ordinary. This is profoundly true in attraction. Most men bombard a woman with attention. Texts, calls, memes, check-ins. They hope that consistency will win her heart. But in truth, what is always available is rarely desired. Strategic absence is one of the most potent psychological tools in attraction. When you create emotional peaks, deep conversations, intimate glances, playful teasing, and then pull away, you create emotional contrast. This contrast creates longing. Why? Because the brain doesn't miss what's constant. It misses what disrupts the pattern. If she never wonders where you are, she'll never wonder who you are. This doesn't mean playing games, it means respecting your mission. Live a life so full, so purpose-driven, that you don't have time to be constantly available. When she senses that, she starts to see you differently, not as a boy needing attention, but as a man whose attention is earned. And that shift, that's the beginning of obsession. 5. Become her mirror, not her savior. Most men try to impress women by saving them, showing off, fixing their problems, solving their emotions. But Machiavellian influence doesn't come from changing people. It comes from reflecting them. The greatest seducers are not the most attractive, but the most attuned. They become the mirror of a woman's ideal self. People fall in love not with you, but with how they feel about themselves around you. If she sees herself as artistic, reflect that creativity. If she values independence, don't try to rescue her, support her autonomy. This doesn't mean faking traits, it means becoming fluid. Adapting subtly to magnify her identity. The power in this rule is immense. When a woman feels seen, not judged, not lectured, but mirrored, she lets her guard down. You move from stranger to soulmate in her mind. You become the man who understands her without trying. And that, more than anything else, makes her not just desire you, but crave more of herself through you. We've been taught to believe love is a fairy tale, pure, emotional, soft. But in truth, it's also a battlefield of perception, tension, and power. Machiavelli's wisdom, while ancient, still holds today. Not because it's manipulative, but because it reveals the rules of the deep game most people don't even know they're playing. If you want to be the man women remember, you must become the man few dare to be: confident, mysterious, purpose-driven, strategic. Not because you wear a mask, but because you finally understand the chessboard you're walking on. If this video gave you clarity, hit that subscribe button. We dive deep into masculine psychology, historical philosophy, and real-world dating power. Leave a comment with your favorite rule, and let's keep evolving.